Hello everyone, welcome to Storytelling with Jaya, your maternity community champion from Venture Community Centre, Goulburn Road. So we have Phoenix with us today to share the story, and we've chosen the story about Taloula. So why don't we begin with the hello song? Join in everyone. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Shall we say that in español también? 1, 2, 3. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. It's time to say hello. Hello. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. It's time to say hello.
Phoenix!
Wow, that was a spurt of energy. Hi guys, what a wonderful day. Look at the sky. It's so blue. The sun is shining. It's nice and hot, about 24 degrees today, Nene. Hopefully you guys have got your sun cream on, protecting your skin and having good times. All right, so today's story is about Taloula. Who is Taloula? Who's Taloula? Do you know Taloula? Say it really loud to the camera. Taloula is a
Cat!
Ah, Taloula's a cat. All right, so let's begin. Once upon a time, there was a cat called Taloula. Taloula was a very beautiful cat. She was absolutely stunning. In fact, she was gorgeous. And Taloula knew this. Whenever the family would receive friends round, they would all look at Taloula in awe. They would stare at her and stroke her all the time. And Taloula absolutely loved this. Taloula adored being petted, stroked. And you knew that she liked it because she would really move her body really close to you so that she could be stroked lots and lots and lots. Taloula didn't think of herself as a very handsome, pretty, gorgeous cat. Taloula thought of herself as a regal cat. Yes, she did. She found herself quite regal, sophisticated, you know, a bit like the Queen. That's right. On this particular morning, there is one other thing that I need to tell you about Taloula. Taloula absolutely detested being cuddled. Taloula did not like to be cuddled one bit. She liked being stroked. So everyone knew where they stood with Taloula, and they never cuddled her because they knew that she just couldn't stand it. So back to this particular morning. As usual, every morning the robot would come to serve Taloula the cat her breakfast. The cat loved being served breakfast. The robot came at the same time every day, in the morning for breakfast and in the early evening time. This robot would serve Taloula her food. It was never late, always on time. So whilst Taloula was eating her breakfast, her scrumptious, delicious breakfast with milk and a little bit of salmon, she saw a flash go by. Vroom! At the corner of her eye, she looked up. She didn't see anything in that moment as she looked around. But she knew that she saw that flash. It really did happen. So she put her head back down. She put her head back down to finish eating. And once again, vroom! She saw a flash. Something grey went past the corner of her eye. This time she caught it. She caught the location of that thing that went vroom on the corner of her eye. She looked around in the corner between the washing machine and the cupboard. And guess what Taloula saw? What did she see, Phoenix?
Grey mouse.
Say it really loud to the camera.
Grey mouse!
She saw she saw a grey mouse. And this grey mouse was just staring at her with beady eyes. The stare was almost as if the cat was saying, I belong right here. This is my home as much as it is your home, and you cannot do anything about it, Taloula. So Taloula looked and stared this mouse, this grey mouse, tiny little petite thing with a pink tail. She stared at the mouse. And the mouse saw Taloula edging slowly, creeping forward in the direction of the mouse. So the mouse realised that the chase was on, and the mouse went zoom, headed for the door that was left ajar for the garage. The mouse went down the steps into the garage, and Taloula went vroom, fast right behind the mouse. Taloula was onto this mouse. She was not going to let it escape. No, no, no. She was not going to let it escape. There was another thing that I actually forgot to inform you about Taloula the cat. And now is a very important time for me to tell you. So as I break this part of the story, make note of this very, very important piece of information. Taloula was an indoor cat. That's right, I'll say it again. Taloula was an indoor cat. And that means that Taloula doesn't go outside. No, 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 she doesn't. Taloula stays inside the house every day. Taloula has everything she ever needs inside her home. She lives with Mum, Dad, and 2 girls, and they absolutely love her. She has amazing games, you know, those mouse houses and the slides that go up and down. I don't know the proper official name for them, but she has all the cool toys and balls, anything, everything, anything and everything to entertain Taloula. She has it, and she's never ever felt the urge or tendency to go outside. The most she does is looks out the window when her 2 girls are playing outside. She watches them in admiration as they play safely, but she never feels the need to go outside. Vroom! Let's go back to the story. So where were we, guys? Where were we? What were we talking about? Did we say that the mouse ran into the garage? And then Taloula ran after the mouse. So through the garage is another door. It's the garage door, the one that goes up and down. On this particular day, the garage door was up. It was open, and the garage door led to the whole outside world, the street. And believe it or not, guys, the mouse ran through the garage door, down the street, and Taloula didn't even have a moment to capture her thoughts. She ran after the mouse. She ran, and she ran, and the mouse ran, and it ran, and it ran, and the mouse ran. Taloula ran, and she ran, and the mouse ran. Taloula ran, and she ran, and they ran together really, really fast. Actually, no, they didn't run together because the mouse was in front and Taloula was in the back. So they were running, and they were running. Come and join me. The mouse was running, running fast. Taloula was running, running fast. Say it with me. The mouse was running, running fast. Taloula was running and running fast. And then they went down so many streets before they stumbled across this gigantic church with all of these really strange looking birds and monsters, sculptures they were. They were sculptures of animals, big birds with big wings, and they looked really serious and scary. They were part of the church's structure. Well, anyway, look, the mouse ran through a tiny creek in the concrete walls, And Taloula thought, oh, how am I going to get in? And then she saw that there was a door. This door was left slightly ajar. So Taloula ran very rapidly through that ajar door. And she came into a great big hall. It was a church hall. And in that moment, guys, she lost track of the mouse. The mouse had disappeared. That's right, guys. I said the mouse had disappeared. It was nowhere to be seen. Taloula couldn't see the mouse anymore. She looked around. She looked to the left. She looked to the right. She looked up. She looked down. Oh, sorry, I've got a fly in my eye. She couldn't see the mouse anywhere. What was she going to do? She suddenly realised that her breathing had become quite shallow. Taloula was feeling a bit tired. If you remember what I said to you before, Taloula wasn't used to being outside. She wasn't an outside cat. So this chasing had really taken it out of her. She was exhausted, very, very tired. All Taloula wanted to do at this point was to return home. She turned around and walked back through the door that was left ajar. And she started to walk. And then she realised that the street she was on did not look familiar. So she thought, I had better keep walking and maybe I'll find something that does look familiar to me. So she continued to walk. And she realised that the street was still not looking familiar. Taloula had ran after the mouse for so long. She had gotten lost. None of the streets were familiar. And a bit of panic started to set in. Her heartbeat started to race. It was going like this. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. It was getting louder and louder like this. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. And louder. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Taloula was getting really, really, really worried now. She finally accepted that she was actually lost. She couldn't find her way home and she didn't want to walk too far because she thought that she would make the matter worse. So then, to help her to calm down, she remembered that her two girls at home would often do yoga. And their yoga teacher would often say, if you feel really panicked, girls, if you feel really angry, girls, if you feel that you need some time out, if you feel that you don't know how to manage your emotions, do this. Fingers in Chin Mudra, eyes closed, breathe in through your nostrils and take a very deep breath in. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Let go of all of the tension. And that's exactly what Taloula did. Do it with me, guys, with Taloula. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let go of all the tension. So in that moment, Taloula felt a little bit more calm. But she was still lost. The fact of the matter is that Taloula was still lost. What was she going to do? Where would she go? Would anyone realise that she was lost? Would anyone care? Of course they would. Her family loved her. She sat there on the street just outside the church. And then she noticed that that grey mouse sat directly in front of her. And when Taloula stared at the mouse ran. The mouse ran really fast, halfway down the street, and it ran, and it ran, and it ran, and it ran. Then it stopped. The mouse turned around and looked at Taloula. And Taloula thought, what on earth is this silly mouse standing there like that for? What does it want from me? Because I am not interested in running after this mouse anymore, thought Taloula. This mouse has gotten me to where I am now, which is absolutely lost. I'm not paying it any more attention. So the mouse ran back towards Taloula and stood in front of Taloula again and looked at Taloula straight in the eye. Taloula thought, what's going on? Why does this mouse keep running down the road and then coming back to me? And then the mouse ran again, and it ran, and it ran, and it ran, and it stopped in the centre of the road, midway down. Don't do that, Nene. Don't do it. Sit down. It stopped, and then it looked at Taloula. Taloula looked at the mouse. Taloula then thought, maybe this mouse wants me to run after it. So Taloula ran. She ran after the mouse. She ran and she ran and it ran. And then the mouse started to run too. The mouse ran and it ran and it ran. And they were both doing this cat and mouse chase again, just like in the beginning. Until they actually ended up on the road that looked very familiar to Taloula. Guess what, guys? It was Taloula's road. Before she knew it, she was stood just outside her very home. Yes. She looked up at the window and she saw her two girls waving and shouting. Then all of a sudden, her whole family ran down and out of the house to greet her. They scooped her up and cuddled her, big squeeze. And this time Taloula really accepted this warm embrace from her family. Normally, Taloula doesn't like hugs, but this time she was very happy to receive the hugs and all the attention, all of the commotion from her family. They took her inside. The robot came with an extra meal. It felt like an extra meal because at this time of day, Taloula would not normally eat. Sit down, Phoenix. Sit down. Sit down, Nene. Sit down, please. She wouldn't normally eat. Maybe the family thought she was extra tired after all of that running around. Taloula was left in peace eventually to eat her snack. She enjoyed it very much. She looked up, and in the corner between the washing machine and the cupboard, she saw the grey mouse staring at her. And Taloula thought to herself, I think you and I are going to be really close friends. And that's the end of that story about Taloula the cat.
And then this story.
Yes. So Phoenix would like to read Car, Car, Truck, Jeep before we leave you. I hope you enjoyed that story about Taloula. It's one of Phoenix's favourites. You like that story, don't you? Don't kick Nene. Okay, here we go, guys. Car, car, truck, jeep, have you any fuel? Yes, sir, 3 tanks full. Sing along with me, Phoenix. Otherwise, we might as well just put it back in your bedroom. 1 for the red bus, 1 for the train, 1 for the pilot in her jumbo jet plane. Honk, honk, beep, beep, driving down the road,
Beep, beep, beep.
passed by the tractor
Beep,
with
beep,
its
beep,
heavy
beep, beep, beep,
load.
beep.
You're doing the sound effects. There goes a motorbike weaving to and fro.
Beep,
Stop
beep,
at the
beep,
red
beep,
light.
beep, beep, beep.
Zoom off we go. Chugga, chugga, choo, choo, race along the track. Pull along the carriages. Clack, clickety, clack. Arriving at the harbour by the seaside. Hop on the hovercraft, such a bumpy.
Why?
Flicker, flacker, flicker, flacker. What's that in the sky? Look, it's a helicopter buzzing on.
Bye.
Spot the yellow taxi bumping up and down. Este no. Climb slowly up a steep hill on the way to town. Gracias, Nene. Rumble, rumble, scrape, dig. There's a dumper truck. Digger lifts the bucket filled with dirt and Flashing lights and sirens, a police car rushes past. When there's an accident, they must get there fast.
Beep, beep.
Vroom, vroom, screech, roar on the motorway. Meow, it's time for bed now. We've had a busy...
Dad.
Stop kicking, Nene. Stop kicking. Yawn. Sighs the red bus. Snores the train. Sweet dreams, says the pilot in her jumbo jet plane. Yay! If you want more books, Nene, if you would like more story time, we can do some more in your bedroom straight after this, straight after the goodbye song, okay? So 1, 2, 3. No, not yet. We've got to tell them a riddle. We're going to share a riddle with you guys. And if you know the answer, please leave it in the message box below. Okay, so the riddle for today is, the more of me there is, the less you see. What am I? I'll say it again. The more of me there is, the less you see. What am I? Have a think, guys. And write it in the box below. Post an answer to us. And you can think about the answer too. All right, now we can sing the good boy song. 1, bless you. Bless you. 2, 3. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. It's time to say goodbye. Yeah, we're going to do some more. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye. Don't worry, I'm going to read some more with you. See you next time, guys. It was lovely telling you that story about Taloula. Adios.